Hi students, we're starting with a chapter called Central Measures of Tendency. Okay, Shyamal Kapadia here, who's going to guide you up with the chapter. Difficult chapter? No, it's not difficult, it's a huge chapter. Huge chapter, lots of types, many variations, many varieties. A very important chapter from board exam point of view, I say, right? In this chapter, there are so many variations possible. However, one variety, one type, one sum, more than enough to tell you, to teach you how to solve a question. There is nothing new. It's very simple, but yes, you need to be cautious with the steps. One sum if I take on one type, you will understand it through and thorough. We are going to talk about mean, median and quartiles, mode. So there are three sets what I'm going to do in this chapter. We are going to start with the mean concept, which has 7 types of sums. So we have 7 types of questions in mean only, right? So first, if I'm talking about mean and the 7 types of sums, let's bifurcate it. We have 3 varieties or 3 variations or 3 patterns, types of questions to find out the mean. The first method, methodology, we call it as a raw data. Then there is something known as ungrouped data. And we have something called as grouped data. So there are 3 types or methods of questions which can be asked. Now, what do you mean by raw data? Raw data means it is simply values of x. They will just give me entries, the values of x. That means I will be given only x. It's one single 3, 5, 2, 8, 7, something like that. Discrete data. Ungrouped data, you're going to get a box, a table. In a table, we will have 2 rows. One will be x and another will be frequency, which we can also call it as number of students or number of something. So you will be given x and you will be given a frequency. And for a group data students, again a table will be given in which a class interval will be mentioned and a frequency will be mentioned. So if I happen to take an example, class interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. There will be a range which will be mentioned or given up to you all. So basically ungroup and group data is exactly the same, a minor addition which we will see when we solve a question. So right now just remember one thing, raw data only x will be given, ungrouped data x and f will be given, group data class interval and frequencies will be given. Now, in order to solve 3 methods of questions, depending on what is given, we have variations. For example, if I'm talking about raw data, ungrouped and grouped data, we have 3 ways in which we can solve the sum. We have something called as a direct method. We have something called as assumed mean method, which we also call it as shortcut method. And third, we have step deviation method. So can I say that direct method, in order to solve a sum on direct method, we have raw data sums with direct method, ungrouped data sums with direct and group data sums with direct. So we have raw, we have ungrouped and we have grouped. That means whenever you are given a sum on a raw data, raw data sum, direct method solve raw data sum, direct method solve ungrouped, direct method solve group data. For this we have ungroup and group. And again, ungroup, you don't have raw data for assumed and step deviation, and group. Basically, if I say type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5, type 6 and type 7. This is how we have 7 types of questions. That means we are going to now encounter 1 or 2 questions on each type. First, let's begin with raw data question using direct method, followed by ungrouped direct, grouped direct, ungrouped assumed, grouped assumed, ungrouped step deviation, grouped step deviation. In the board exam, they will mention the method. If the method is not mentioned, you can do any one of these, whichever you are comfortable with, right? So let's begin with the mean type 1 raw data direct method. So we start with the first question, that is raw data direct method. The question is 6, 9, 11, 12, 7. Right? First question. Now just the random values are given. I call them as values of X. As I said, X will be given for raw data. So I'll just write down the method name. It is type 1 raw data direct method. Okay, we need to find the mean. Mean is represented by X bar as a symbol, and the formula is summation X upon the number of observations. The small n stands for the number of entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is 5. So this is going to be summation X. 6 plus 9 plus 11 plus 12 plus 7 over 5. This is going to be how much? 26, 38, 45 divided by 5. So the answer is 9. That's it. It was that simple. So the mean of this variate is going to be 9. Right? This was the first question, raw data direct method. Okay, there is one more question based on the same type raw data direct method I have selected, because there is a slight variation and I want you to learn that variation. The question is second number. Again, a raw data is given as 60, 67, 52, 76, 50, 51, 74, alright, 45 and 56. These are just random values, discrete data, raw data, X. So can I say they denote X? Fine. Now listen to me carefully. I want to first find the mean. In the question, they are asking me the mean. So I can say mean, the formula is summation X upon the number of entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 observations or 9 entries. So n is equals to 9, right? Alright. Now what? You're going to add. Summation means basically it is addition. So it's going to be 60 plus 67 plus goes on up till 56. I'm not rewriting all of these, upon 9. So when you add, this is 120, 170, 179, 185. Alright, 185 and 5, 190. And 70, 260, 310, 310 and 120, 430, 430 and 90, 529, 531 upon 9. So addition is 531 upon 9. When you cancel it, 9 6 are 54, so 9 5s are 45, carry forward 8, 9 9s are 81. So the mean is going to be 59 on solving it. Now listen to me. The question is not complete. There is something more to it. Alright. I have been told if each observation is increased by 4. It is increased by 4. What is the new mean? Remember, You cannot sit and increase all of them by 4 and then add and find the new mean. It is a huge method, not a good method. No. The concept is if each term, each entry, each observation rises by 4, the mean also will rise by 4. So guys, can I say the new mean is going to be 59 plus 4, which is 63. This should be my next answer. Always remember, mean is affected by all. That means it's affected by addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, all of them. That means if each observation is multiplied by 2, the mean will also be multiplied by 2. If each observation is divided by 3, the mean will also be divided by 3. If each observation is decreased by 10, the mean will also decrease by 10. So I can say that if observations are affected on a similar term, similar note, mean is also affected, right? So these are my two questions based on direct method, raw data, type 1. After this, we are going to check, we're going to see the questions on direct method, ungrouped data, right? So go through this, guys. Third question is, age is given in years and frequency is given. You have to find the mean. So we will be using direct method. It is ungrouped data because a table is given. So if you observe the question, a tabular format is given to you. When a table is given, here it is. I've kept everything ready. Ungrouped data means a table will be given in which you will have a value of X and then you will have frequencies. So it is a sum based on ungrouped data. Now, what I'm planning is, for the same sum, I will be using direct method ungrouped data, assumed method ungrouped data, and step deviation ungrouped data. So same question, I'll be solving with 3 different methods. So you will come to know what is the difference between all the methods, minor changes, and the answer should come out to be the same, right? So we are like, yeah, relaxed. The answer is same. So students, please remember, now I am solving 3 sums simultaneously. Question remains the same, but 3 types. We have already spoken about, we have already seen raw data. Now, together, we're going to see ungrouped for direct method, ungrouped for assumed mean method, and ungrouped for step deviation method. Because obviously, ungrouped data means X and F is given to you, right? So we have to write down in a vertical format. That's the first thing. So right now, I'm doing type 2, that is ungrouped data for direct method. Yeah, ungrouped data for direct method. This one. So we are going to make table, okay, a tabular format. The first column stands or comes for X. The second column is for frequency given. And the third column is going to be the multiplication X into F for a direct method. So direct method has only 3 columns for ungrouped data, X, F, and their multiplication XF. Okay, the question is 12, 13, 14 up till 18. And the frequencies given are 2469874, 2469874. We need to just multiply both of them. 12 2s are 24, 13 4s are 52, 14 6s are 84, 15 9s are 135, 16 8s are 8 6s are 48, 128, 17 7s are 119, 18 4s are 72. Right. So when you add them, my next step is going to be summation XF because it's X into F. And this is going to be summation F. I'll be adding the frequencies and I'll be adding the product of x and f. 2 plus 4, 6, 6, 12, 20, 29, 36, 40. So the summation of frequencies is 40. Add 4 to 4, 10, 10, 19, 27, 28, 29, 34. Carry forward 3, 5, 10, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 7. 31. 3 carry forward. 3, 4, 5, 6. 614. So my formula for mean x bar is equal to summation xf upon summation f. That's the formula for ungrouped data. So answer is going to be 614 upon 40. Does it go in 4, a table of 4? I guess I doubt. Let's try 2 20s are, 2 307s are. So my answer is going to be, when you cancel the 0, a decimal will come, 30.7. So answer is 15.23s are 6, carry forward 1. 15.35 should be my mean. Using which method? Ungrouped data direct method. Now, I'm going to do assumed mean method of ungrouped data for the same sum. Same question, ungrouped data, assumed method. Answer should come out to be the same, but the method is different. Check this method. All right, now, so this is going to be type number, which one? We have done type 2, type 4, this one, type 4. Ungrouped data, but using assumed mean method to find out the mean. Check. It's a nice question, right? In this, x, f, same, no change in the question. But there is something called as a and d. Let's see what exactly is that. First, I'll just be writing x. X will remain the same. 12, 13, it goes on, same thing. All right, now listen to me carefully. I will be cancelling the x. I will be writing my question in terms of something which is called as d. Okay, that means I want to get rid of x and I will be substituting, I will be introducing a new alphabet called d, and the formula for d is x minus a. Now what exactly do you mean by x minus a? What is a? A is the central factor, central term. How do we find a? You use the cover method. Which method? Cover method. Cover one from top, one from bottom. Come on, keep on covering. Cover. Whoever comes in the center is your a. I think 15 comes at the center. That should be considered to be your a. So this is going to be the value of your a. So if I write this, this is going to be d is equal to x minus 15 for this question. That means my entire question, I'm converting it in terms of d. I want to get rid of x. So let's start the show. First, x, formula is x minus a. These are all x. 12 minus 15. 13 minus 15. 14 minus 15. 15 minus 15, 16 minus 15, it goes on. This is what you get. So I have converted my question in terms of d. All right. Now, frequency is already given to you. The frequency is 24, 52. I'm sorry, this is the frequency. Yeah, this is the frequency. 24. Yeah, 24, 698. 74. So now instead of xf, it will be df, because the question has been converted in terms of d, right? So instead of xf, it's going to be df. Multiply. Minus 3 into 2, minus 2 into 4. Okay, this adds up to 34 and this adds up to minus 20. Add it up. 34 minus 20, summation df is going to be 14. And summation f, we have just found out few minutes back, it is 40. Right? Now, I'll be using the formula, I'll be using the same formula. First, I will get d bar, which is summation df upon summation f, because here it was same thing but in terms of x, because the question was in terms of x. This question has been converted in terms of d, so it's going to be in terms of d bar. 14 upon 40, 2 7s are and 2 20s are. Chuck this. And again, I'll be using the same formula once again. Because if my question is in terms of x, my final answer should also be in terms of x. My final answer should also be in terms of x. Same formula. D is equal to x minus a. Just put a bar. D bar, which is 7 upon 20. X bar minus a, which is 15. 15 comes on the other side. So a is going to be 15 plus 7 over 20. Calculate. If you divide it, 0.35. So isn't my answer of, this is x bar. X bar 15.35. Same answer. So with both the methods, my answer comes out to be the same. Alright, so we have seen one sum on type 2 ungrouped data direct method and one sum on ungrouped data assumed mean method. So now we'll take another question in which we are going to again see ungrouped data, but we will see type 6 now, which is step deviation. So first we spoke about raw data. Now we are talking only about ungrouped data, all the three methods. So go through this as your question number. You can write this as question number 3. This is also question number 3, the second part. This you can call it as question 3, the first part. Go through it. Alright guys. Talking about the question number 4. Yeah. Again, if you observe the question, it is an ungrouped data where x is given and f is given. Ungrouped data. We are going to talk about the step deviation method for ungrouped data. So for this fourth question, I'm going to take this type. So till now we have done raw data, ungrouped for direct method, ungrouped for assumed mean method. Let's take ungrouped data for step deviation method, right? One more change. So now this is going to be your type number 6. Again, ungrouped data for a step deviation method. Fine. Ungrouped data for a step deviation method. So in this, the question goes this way. Let's see. Then let's write down the question in a vertical format, and then we will see what needs to be done. Okay. The question is 5, 10, 15, 20 up till 50. I've taken a huge question. My bad, but still it's okay. You'll understand nicely. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So many entries. Now listen to me. The entire question in assumed mean method was in terms of D for Delhi. Now, the variable change will be there. I'm going to convert, I'm going to remove the x. I don't like my x. Okay, I don't like the x. So what I can do is I'm going to remove the x from my life completely. So can I say I have a formula t. Yeah, that's a new variable you can say. It is x minus a upon I. Alright. Now what does all of these indicate? A, I think you know what is A. Just like assumed method, A is the central part of X. Let's put the finger out there. Cover method. Cover. Oh my God. If you cover this now, then you will be left with nothing. Oh, you can't do that. Listen. Cover. Come on. Cover. At the center, we have two people. We have two at the center, 25 and 30. I always select the higher one. So my A is going to be 30. So remember, whenever there are two things coming in between, select the higher one as your A. I is said to be the interval, the class interval, the fatness. Yeah. How much is the size? Check. How much is the gap. 10 minus 5, 5. 15 minus 10, 5. 20 minus 15, 5. So can I say the gap between each entry is of 5? So I is equal to 5. That's how you remember. So my formula shall be x minus A, which is 30 in my question, upon 5. Are you understanding? So I'm going to use this formula. Slow. X minus A, which was 30 upon the size interval, which is 5. Okay, put. Come on. Put x as 5. Come on. 5 minus 30. 5 at the first term, yaar. 5 minus 30 is minus 25.5. Minus 5. Next. 10 minus 30 is minus 20 upon 5. Minus 4. 15 minus 30 is minus 15 upon 5. Minus 3. When you do it, it goes in sync. When you put this, 30 minus 30 is 0. 35 minus 30, 5 upon 5. 40 minus 30, 10 upon 5. It goes in sync, pattern. So once you have x, once you have t, the frequency is given to you. The frequency given is 20, 43, 75, 67, 72. Dangerous values. 45, 39, 986. Now I'm going to solve x in t into f. X is gone. ft. Frequency and t are going to be multiplied. In assumed mean method, d and f were multiplied. So multiply it. You get minus 100. 4 3s are 12. Minus 172. 5 3s are 15. Minus 2 25. 7 2s are 14. Minus 134. Minus 72. 0. Multiply 39, 18, 24 and 20. 8 3s are 24 and 24. Bad calculation. These all are going to be added up because minus and minus is minus, but you add up. So 2 and 5 and 4 and 2. 9, 11, 13. Carry forward 1. 7, 8, 10, 20. Carry forward 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 703. Alright, you add these. 9 plus 8, 17, 21, 25. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 105. Minus 703 plus 105, that's going to be the summation of TF. Yeah, minus 703 plus 105. So if you calculate 703, 105, you subtract 8, 598 with a negative sign. For calculating fx, no, 3 and 5, 8, 8 and 7 and 2, 8 and 7, 15, 16, 17, 17 and 5, 23, 23, 32, 32, 41, 49 and 6, yeah, 48 and 6, yeah, 4 at the end. Yeah, it's 54. So 7 and 4, 11, 18, 24, 31, 35, 36, 37, 38, 384. Fine. So if you divide this, okay, you get T bar as your answer. So T bar is summation of Ft upon summation F minus 598 upon 384. That's dangerous. Approximately, they are asking me, the question says, get the answer correct up till whole number, round it up till the whole number. So this becomes approximately minus 1 point, okay, how much? Minus 1 point something, Leave it for the moment. At the end, we are going to write down the same formula, but in terms of a bar, So I will have T bar is equal to X bar minus A upon I. T bar is this, minus 598 upon 384 is X bar minus 30 upon I is 5. Okay. So when you cross multiply, when you cancel and when you cross multiply the 5 out there, it is minus, you will get minus 1 point something, minus 8 is equal to X bar minus 30. It will be minus 7 point something, which is rounded off to the nearest number, which is minus 8. Get the 30 on this side. 30 minus 8 is X bar. So X bar is 22. I am repeating. They are asking me the answer correct or nearest up till the whole number. When this you subtract, you will get minus 1.4 minus 1.5 approximately. When you cross multiply 5, minus 1.5 into 5 is minus 7.5. This will be minus 1.55 approximately. Approx. Into 5 is minus 7.5 around. Round it off to the nearest number. The nearest, it should not be a whole number. It should be a complete number though. And at the end, you just shift 30. So minus 7.5 plus 30 is going to be 22.4, 22.3 or 22 point something. Round it off, comes out to be 22, right? So the answer is 22. So go through this. This is going to be your type number 4. So till now, we are done with raw data, ungrouped data, all the methods. Now, we are going to go with the group data, same question. Group data for assumed mean method and group data for step deviation method. Before we go with the two varieties which are left in mean, we will solve a sum on missing frequencies. Right. The question number 5 is X is given, F is given, mean is given and summation F is given. Find the two frequencies F1 and F2. Let me name F1 as A and let me name F2 as B, because it's easy to write A and B rather than writing F1 and F2. So I will start with a vertical format. We have X as 0, 50 up till 250. 0, 50, 100, 150, 200, as I said, up till 250. Okay, the frequencies given are 46, F1, F1A, F2 I can write it as B, 25, 10, 5. Fine. Now when you add all of them, you will get summation of all the frequencies. I am going on with the direct method. Direct method, the first type, XF. No need to find D, nothing. Straight away XF. Right? This is your 5th question. So if you multiply 0 into 46, 0. This is going to be the multiplication 50A, 100B. 15 25s are 375. So it's going to be 3750, 2000. 25 5s are 125, 1250. So you're going to add summation XF and you're going to add F. You're going to add Fx and F. When you add this, 25 plus 5, 30 and 10, 40, 86 you will get, plus A plus B. Come on, it's not just 86, na? 86 is the addition of digits, plus A plus B, add them. 50, it's going to be 3750 plus 1250 is 5000 and 2000. It will become 7000 plus 50A plus 100B. Right? So I have my table ready. I have been told that apart from this, the mean is 73 and summation F is 200. So when you do summation F, it's given as 200. Summation F is 86 plus A plus B is 200. Get 86 on the other side. A plus B is 200 minus 86. So you get A plus B as 114. You can put this as equation number 1. Next, the summation, come on, X bar mean formula is summation of XF upon summation of F. The mean is given to me as 73. Summation XF is 7000 plus 50A plus 100B upon summation F. Summation F is 200. I've already calculated. Now what you can do is you can take a 50 common from the numerator. So you get 73 is equals to 50 if you take common. It's going to be 5 ones are 5, 140 out here, because out of 7000 if 50 is common, it's left 140 plus A plus 2B. I'm taking 50 common from all of them. 5 ones are 5, 4s are cross multiply. Cross 4 will be multiplied here. 4 3s are 12, 28, 29 is 140 plus A plus 2B. Get the 140 on the other side, it becomes subtraction. 292 minus 140 is 152 is A plus 2B. Equation number 2. Solve the two equations simultaneously, subtract the two equations. So when you subtract this and this, A gets cancelled. I'll just write down one below each other. A plus 2B is 152 and A plus B is 114. Subtract the two equations, the signs of all the second equations change. This gets cancelled. 2B minus B, B. 2 minus 4, you're going to get 8. 4 minus 1, 3, 38. So B is 38. Put the value of B in equation number 1. So put the value of B, which is 38, in equation number 1. I will have A plus B is equal to 114. So A is 114 minus 38. So that's going to be how much? 114, 38. 4 and 4, 6, yeah, 0, 76. So students, can I say my frequency F1, which was A, is 76. Frequency F2, which was B, is 38. So these are my two missing frequencies, right? Go through this question. Okay guys, we're going to talk about the ungrouped data. We are done with the ungrouped data, right? We're going to talk about the group data. The group data, yep. For the group data, we shall see 6th question, the two methods, which is called the shortcut method and the step deviation method. So the same question, we are going to do two methods. We're going to prove that we get the same answer with two different methods, right? So let's begin. I shall start with the data which is called group data because class intervals are given to me. So in the 6th question, first going on with group data, assumed mean method. I can call this as type number. Which type? Yeah, come on. I think it's type number 5 and then type number 7, which is group data step deviation method. Let's begin the show. Class interval is given to me. Okay, class interval is 30 to 40 goes 90 to 100. Okay, once you get CI, you can find the midpoint of the class. We call them as class marks. That's the first step which you do. You find out class marks represented by X, which is the central part, midpoint of the class. 30 plus 40 upon 2, average it out. So the midpoint is 35. Between 40 and 50, we have 45. Now this goes in synchronization. 55, 65, 75, 85 and 95. Right. Now I am not interested in X. I am going to convert everything in terms of D. The formula is X minus A. We have done this, right, in ungrouped data. To get the answer of A, you use cover method. Cover, cover, cover. At the center, there is only a single value, guys. Come on. This. You call this as A. So in my example, D is going to be X minus 65. Basically, I'm going to convert everything in terms of D. D. Come on, yeah. X minus 65. These are all X's. My X's. So 35 minus 65. 45 minus 65. 55 minus 65. 65 minus 65. 75 minus 65. Come on, it goes in sync. Now the frequencies are given to me. What are the frequencies? 10, 12, 14, 12. Alright, 976. These are the frequencies. What we used to do is, we used to multiply X and F previously. X and F. But now we shall multiply D and F. Because my entire question has been converted, redefined in terms of D. So FD, that's going to be the multiplication, students. Minus 30 into 10. This is minus 240. I am multiplying DF. Come on. 0, 90, 140, 180. You add up. 500, 680. That's minus 680. Add up. 320, 410. So 410 minus 680. How much? Minus 270 should be the summation. So summation DF is minus 270 and summation F, find it. 20, 30, 36, 30, 40, 48, 54 and 16, 70. 70. Now I am going to get an answer of D bar because I have redefined, converted my question in terms of D. So not X bar now, right now just D bar. D bar is equal to summation DF upon summation F. Minus 270 upon 70. Cut. Minus 7 ones are 7, 3s are 21. Carry forward 6. Point. 60. 7 8s are 56. Carry forward 4. Up till 2 decimals enough. Minus 3.85. After this, I'm going to use the same formula, that one, but in terms of a bar. So can I say, guys, D bar is equal to X bar minus A. D bar is minus 3.85. X bar is X bar minus 65. Minus 65 comes on this side. So my answer shall be plus 65. Come on, X bar. Come on. Plus 65 minus 3.15. That makes it 61.15. This should be the answer of my mean. This was using group data assumed mean method. Now. We're going to use the same question. We shall get the same answer but with a step deviation method. So students, 6th question again. Type number 7, yeah, 7 type. It is group data, but with a method which we call it as step deviation method. Let's begin with that sum. So I'm writing down the same question once again, right? Same question once again. Let's go with the show. CI, class interval. I'm going a bit fast now, at least with the things which we know. $80 to $90, $90 to $100, The first thing what we do is find out the central point, midpoint, class marks X. So right on the center, it goes in a group of 10 because the size of the class, the range, not range, the size, yeah, the width of the class is 10. You just keep on increasing it by 10. 85, 95. Okay, once you have this, okay, now listen to me very cautiously. My next step is going to be T. D is for assumed mean method. For step deviation, we have T. The formula is X minus A upon I. A is 65, same old thing. I is the width of the class, the size of the class, and I suspect, check, isn't the size of 10? If you count, check everywhere, the size is 10. So my formula will be X minus 65 upon 10. Come on, start. X, these are all my X's. 35 minus 65 is minus 30 upon 10. Minus 3. 45 minus 65 is minus 25, minus 20 upon 10. 55 minus 65 is minus 10 upon 10. It goes on. See, oh, this becomes like a pattern. Frequencies are the same. Frequencies are 10, 12, 14, 12, 9, 7, 6. My next column is going to be TF. X is eliminated. This was DF and this is TF. FT. Multiply. Minus 30, minus 24, minus 14, 0, 9, 14, 18. You add them, you get 41. You add them, you get minus 68. So summation TF is going to be minus 68 plus 41, that's minus 27. And summation of all the frequencies is still 70 when you add the frequencies. Right. Now, I will first get T bar, which is summation TF upon summation F, minus 27 upon 70. That's going to be minus, or I would rather say leave it. Minus 27 upon 70. I'll be using the same formula, but in terms of a bar. Come on. T bar is equal to X bar minus A upon I. Correct? Okay. So T bar, I got T bar as minus 27 upon 70. X bar minus 65 upon 10. You cut this, I guess this is exactly this. If you cut it, you get minus 3.85 plus 65. Please, you divide. 27 upon 7 is 3.85 with a negative sign. Minus 65 comes on the other side, becomes plus 65. Don't you land up with the same thing, the same answer from here? Yes. So these were my two different methods which lands me up with the same answer. Two methods. Step deviation, assumed mean, answer comes out to be the same. This is in form of D, this is in form of T, right? So go ahead with both these. We're gonna wind up. That was the end of my mean. Hence, we're gonna start with median and quartiles, and we're gonna learn about the formula and the concept. What exactly is a quartile? What exactly is a median? Alright, we are starting with the next concept of median and quartiles. So when I'm talking about median, yep, and quartiles, let's understand what do you mean by both of these. If I'm giving you a page, okay, a page is there with lines made out here. Now what exactly does a median do? A median divides the class or divides the page into two equal halves. That means it breaks up the class into 50% up and 50% down. So the location of the median will be somewhere out here, We also call median as the second quartile. I'll tell you the reason why. So I can also call it as Q2 or second quartile. Now the word quart means quarterly. Quarterly means 1/4, 3/4 and so on, right? Quartile, we have two quartiles. We have something called as a lower quartile and we have something called as an upper quartile. Lower quartile is represented by Q1 and upper quartile is represented by Q3. A lower quartile breaks up the class into 25%. That means up there will be one part and at the bottom there will be three parts. That's going to be 1/4 and 3/4. Are you understanding? Similarly, an upper quartile breaks the class, divides the class properly into 75%. Up there will be three parts, down bottom and there is going to be only one single part out of the total 4. So these are the concepts of lower quartile, upper quartile and a median, right? With this, so hence can I say if this is 25% and 75%, 50% is the median, which is called as quartile 2, right? And we have a formula. The formula is semi-interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2, and interquartile range, not the word semi, interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. Now we have many formulae in order to find the quartiles and the median. First, starting with raw data. Whenever a question is based on raw data, that means when values of X are given, discrete data, only X is mentioned. Yeah. So I'm writing down the heading for raw data where N is the number of observations, small n, please. We count. Those are the number of observations. We have some formulae. The first one, Q1 lies in n plus 1 by 4th term. I'll tell you what is this. Q2 lies in n plus 1 by 2th term and Q3 lies in 3 bracket n plus 1 by 4th term. Now students, please analyze. Remember, these are not my answers of lower quartile, median and upper quartile. Sorry, they are not my answers. They are my locations. They are my positions. They are the places where I will get my answers. Please remember. So these are called locations. This is what I call them as, right? Where n is the number of observations. Fine. So we have lower, median and upper quartiles. This formula is applicable only when n is odd. So can I say when n is odd, students? This should be my formula. What if n, number of terms or observations, are even? So if n is even, the formula changes. What will be the formula then? Q1 then lies in n by 4th observation or n by 4th term. Q2 lies in right, and these are my locations, my positions of lower quartile, median and upper quartile. Remember this formula when n is even. So for odd, we need to use this formula not to get the answer, sorry, to get the location. And when n is even, when the number of observations are even, these are the three formula I'm going to use and find out the positions of my answers, right? This is for raw data. When you come across ungrouped or grouped data, basically simple language, when you have a table format where X and F frequency both are given. So for ungrouped data or grouped data, I have a new set of formula. The formula are as follows. Now n out here is capital N, the first change. This n is the number of observations. But this n is not the number of observations. This n stands for summation of all the frequencies. So in the column, first column will be X, then will be frequencies. When you add all the frequencies, that summation fx is going to be your capital N. When we'll solve the sum, I'll brief you up with it. Don't worry. Wait. So n is summation fx. Again, when n is odd, we have a new set of formula. Come on. Q1 lies in when n is odd. N plus 1 by 2th term, that's the location, not my answer. Sorry. Q2, this is 4th. It's a quartile na. Q2 lies in n plus 1 by 2th term and upper quartile lies in 3 bracket n plus 1 by 2th term. So basically it's the same thing, almost same formula, just small n is replaced by a capital N, where capital N is summation fx, small n stands for the number of entries or observations or terms, right? Next, when n is even, what are the formula? Check. For tabular format data, again, Q1 lies in directly n by 4th term, Q2 lies in n by 2th term, and Q3 lies in 3n by 4th term.